Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Wednesday, which means it is time for another Nozz Watches Isekai Quartet. So in the last episode, it wasn't great. Basically, Serebrakov had a bunch of odd jobs because she wanted food that was good. And the food was good because everyone knew it was gonna be good, and everyone just kind of hung out, and nothing fucking happened, and it was just a waste of everyone's time, so... Oh boy, here's hoping that something decent happens, because Jesus Christ. From, like, the first frame of this, I'm seeing a 1, and what I think is the word for class. I mean, that makes sense, right? So, I mean, is this gonna be like a Class 1 episode? Are we gonna be hanging out with all of the side characters, and also now Fumi, who should be the fucking... should be with everyone else, because god damn it. I mean, I hope so, because honestly, we haven't seen anything, like, really all that substantial for the other class. Like, when, like, Fumi being part of the fucking cast was supposedly going to be, it was something that they fucking advertised, which, that's kind of weird. But I guess let's get in here and let's see how our boy's doing, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh! I recognize that voice. Yeah, it's Philo! Yeah, Philo gets to pick the play. No, now Fumi is smiling, and the only reason he's smiling is because his daughter is happy. Now Fumi is a good dad. You know what would have been the actual, like, fucking perfect thing? Like, when everybody got isekai'd, Raftalia and Philo wind up in classes, but now Fumi doesn't, because he's a dad. Now Fumi has to join the faculty. And that burns Raftalia's ass. Because she wants to fuck him, but nah, according to him, he is a daughteru. Like, that would honestly have been the funniest way to do it. Put, like, Raftalia and Philo in class 2, and have now Fumi show up every now and again as, like, a fucking parent/dad. Like, Philo gets in trouble and they have to have a parent-teacher conference, and now Fumi shows up. That would have been kind of funny. But then again, I imagine they probably didn't put too much thought into this, did they? I mean, it's just some dumb comedy OVA made to advertise all these fucking isekais. So, alright. Oh, jeez. So class 1 is putting on a play, and Philo gets to pick. Like, I'm wondering, like, what she'd pick, because, I mean, Philo is kind of an idiot. But she's a good idiot. Oh, is the play going to be, like, the final episode? Because I said first errand. Why she gotta bully Death Knight so much? Man, that's bullying. Fucking poor Hamsuke. Be nice to the tsundere. God, Aura is such a cunt and I love her. Oh, sorry, I mean him. Gotta keep that consistent, huh? Grandpa Skeleton Man. Philo is such a good noodle. Precious Babby. Ainz's emotional dampeners just kick right the fuck in. She does have a big mouth. That was basically my main complaint about her character design. I'm glad they're actually addressing that. What, did she just blow up? She's such a fucking weeb! She doesn't. I get, like... God, fucking Megumin is such a fucking weeb, and I love her. I love it. Ah, jeez. It would be kind of neat to see her actually just, like, get serious for, like, half a second and cast a spell without an incantation. But then that would ruin the fun, though, wouldn't it? Clearly, they should just make the theme 80s action movie. Then they could have Megumin just do a shit ton of explosions, blow everything up. Also, that weird cat thing, I really don't like the way it floats. It looks like it's just being, like, on a string. I hate it. Hate that stupid cat. Hate that stupid cat. Gentle fairy tales. And hey, look, there's 3 lollies all in one room. Amazing. She is a precious babu, and you shut the fuck up. Are they trying to figure it out? What's her deal? He's a sack of shit and everyone agrees. Does she just end every sentence with like, "Lay Lupus"? Lupus, what the fuck are you doing? Fucking Lupus is just a giant bitch. Fucking. I guess it's a good thing that the other Pleiades aren't fucking there to deal with like Lupus's shit. She'll smack their titties off. Fucking. The doppelganger's a horrible actor, huh? Really, I wonder if that's true. I feel like maybe they should just put Lufus in the fucking animal cages instead of Hamsuke. That's just me, though. And then the ugly duckling grows up and kills all of its siblings. That's how that story ends, right? The duckling grows up and kills all the others. Oh. You'd think they would have got Philo some shoes by now. I can't wait to see how they fuck it up. Because none of them have the cultural context except Naofumi. Pretty sure Naofumi is the only person actually from Earth. You are a child, Raftalia, you're like 12. Yeah, like, isn't Naofumi the only, like, isekai protagonist in Class 1? No, nobody in Class 1 but him has the cultural context, and even then, he's from Japan. And that story, I'm pretty sure, originates in Central Europe. Fairly certain, at least. So, he's got second-hand cultural context. God, it'd be really cool if they fucked it up. It'd be really, really cool if they fucked it up. The only other people I'd say that might have cultural context is maybe Tanya's unit, but that's assuming that that world has the same fairy tales as Earth. I mean, all the nations are different, but a lot of the culture is the same. It's a valid thought. So I guess the setting for the end of this season is going to be this class play. And I wonder, are we going to follow Class 1 through all of this? Or are we going to bounce around to each of the classes and see what each one is doing for the festival? Not gonna lie, it would be kind of neat to see a Yun a Class 3 episode, and by that I mean Yun by herself. Like, imagine like Yun running a food cart. All by herself. She has to cook it, she has to prepare it, she has to sell it, she has to... Everything by herself. She's graded as if she's an entire class. That'd be mean. But it's, it's in character. Oh, boy. But, I mean, I wouldn't mind, like, the next... What is it, episode 9? I wouldn't mind the next, like, fucking 3 episodes following Class 1. Actually get Naofumi some fucking screen time. But there you go. Oh, boy. As for this episode itself, I mean, fucking, like I said, it's good to just have fucking screen time for the fucking Shield Hero boys. Like, has Shield Hero Season 2 been announced yet? Oh, Jesus. Like, has Shield Hero been Season 2? We got confirmation on that yet? Hang on. Shield Hero Season 2. Is it confirmed? There is no release date. Fuck. No release date, but Season 3 got confirmed. So, I mean, that's good. So, I mean, at least we got 2 more seasons of Shield Hero to, like, just confirm to happen. But yeah, so, I mean... It would be kind of neat that this ends, like, if this ended, and then, like, not Season 2 Shield Hero, let's go. That'd be pretty neat. Just use these last episodes to shield for Shield Hero. But following Philo around was pretty good. I mean, It kind of has a similar issue to the last one in that like nothing really happened. Really, it's just we just kind of followed Philo around, and she got to just see what people do with the general day when no one's looking at them. You know, like fucking Mare, Aqua, and Subaru are cleaning out the animal cages. Like Hamsuke is Hamsuke. Ainz is tolerating fucking Albedo and Shaltir trying to suck his giant skelecock. Fucking Tanya, Kazuma, and Megumin are trying to, like make the explosions better. Fucking, Emilia is being a bad character. And fucking Beatrice and Mare are just, hanging out in the library reading books like fucking nerds. While the Pleiades abuse Lupus Regina, as should happen. She's my least favorite Pleiades. I hate her so much. Oh, boy. It's, I don't know, it is neat to kind of just go around, follow Philo, and see what everyone's up to, but not gonna lie, I think I'd rather have episodes where the entire episode was dedicated to how they spend their day, Because we had a little bit of that in the first season, but, not really. And, we kind of just get them in, such little bite-sized chunks here that it just kind of just zooms on by. Tanya trying to get Megumin to optimize her explosions, I think that's kind of neat. That's kind of cool. Hang on, so what was she explode? Oh, she was blowing up a fucking cardboard standee of Pandora's actor. That's fucking mean, but I imagine he probably provided them because he's a fucking narcissist. Megumin hanging out with Tanya, and trying to optimize her fucking explosions, only for them to have two completely different opinions on what optimize means. I really dig that. It shows just, two characters, that have the same interests, namely blowing shit up, with two different, fucking opinions on how to approach that. That's shit I fucking love. I'm a really, really big fan of that. That scene is my favorite. It's great. The Ainz one and Albedo and Shaltir, that one kind of, on the other hand, that one's just kind of we see that every time they're on screen together. It's not really anything different. It's just them fucking fighting over his big skelecock. I mean, Emilia was just there to drive the plot, so she knows where to go. And I feel like the Mare and Beatrice scene could have been more. I don't know. I feel like they were leading up towards something, or they're talking about something, and we just don't get to see the end of their conversation. We just kind of cut away the second they get to something that's actually interesting. Maybe they could have cut out the scene with Emilia, because, Philo's not smart. She can't be. She's, a month and a half old. Philo is, a month and a half old, so she's not very smart. She's a baby. But I imagine she's smart enough to realize what the fuck a library is. We don't need Emilia to be in here and be like, oh, you could go to the library. Now let's go fucking give Mr. Roswell his dick flattening. You could have taken that out, have Philo show up in the library and be like, guys, I need a theme for the school play, but everyone's being a fucking retard. Fucking Mare and Beatrice give her the book and no, this is a bunch of fairy tales. Us lollies gotta look out for each other. Even though I'm the only one here that's actually legal because I'm 300 years old. She is actually fucking... Yeah, I don't know how old Beatrice is, but I'm assuming she's not fucking Actually, no, how old is... 115, I think Ainz said at one point. Fucking... And then just fucking Philo leaves, they start conversing about, they even have a fucking scene transition for it. They start conversing about how they got to this world, and the second they start making some headway on trying to suss it out, thing ends, and we have to deal with Lupus being a cunt and getting beat up by her sisters, as she should. I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like this is one of those episodes that it borders on being actually fairly decent. And I understand the purpose of it is to basically be a lead up to what I assume is going to be the season finale of this big school play. But there's still the overarching story of how the fuck did they get there, where are they, and how did they get home. There's still that overarching story there, and also the side story of which of them wants to go home. Because I imagine Tanya doesn't. Like, I don't know. It feels like we're 2 seasons in and zero progress has been made on that point. And I understand, guys. Do not get me wrong. I understand this is a non-canon comedy OVA. I get it. But they set up the story thread, so you cannot be upset that I am wishing they would do something with it. You know? You can't take that away from me. That's gonna always be a thing. Same as me doing dipshit power scaling when I know that the power scaling is skewed for comedic effect. I know, I just think it's funny. And also people will deadass get actually upset about it. Yeah, but yeah, like this episode, like, it borders on good. Like, I think there's some scenes that go on too long and some scenes that don't go on long enough. And I don't know what's going on with that. Because, like, last season, they didn't have that problem. Like, is the introduction of more characters causing an issue? Like, did they just have too many characters to juggle and they're just trying to make sure that everybody get... Like, is this like not Space Jam. Is this like fucking Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Where, like, there's some weird fucking, like... Okay, so for those of you that don't know, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, one, is a good movie. Watch it if you haven't. But also, it features characters from Disney, Hanna... Is Hanna-Barbera? I think Hanna-Barbera is in it. I don't think so. Features characters from Disney and also, like, Disney's, like, biggest fucking competitor. So you've got Looney Tunes... You've got Looney Tunes fucking right next to fucking, like, Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and all that. You know? Like, that's something that, would never happen in the modern day, and it barely happened at the time. The only way that they managed to get Disney and WB to agree to that is that for every 5 minutes a Disney character was on screen, there would be 5 minutes of a WB character that was equivalent, right? So the way they got around that was that they would have things like, so Daffy Duck would have a piano duel with Donald Duck, and they would have the exact same to the fucking millisecond screen time. And that was something that worked well to get this idea that all these cartoons, even if they're from different companies, share the same universe. But it also has the side effect, though, of causing some really, really weird scene pacings, where a WB character would be on screen, and they would do something plot-related, and then, like, a little bit later, you'd have a Disney character on screen, and their scene would seem to kind of drag out just because they were trying to hit that 5 minutes, 5 seconds, like 1 millisecond kind of thing. And I did pull those numbers out my ass right there, but you get what I'm saying, right? But it would cause, like, fucking these weird drags in the pacing. And I feel like you've got something similar here. Like I mean, I imagine, like, because all these characters are owned by Kadokawa, right? But they're all... Well, sorry, they're not owned by Kadokawa. They're all produced by Kadokawa, but owned by... Do mangaka own their creations, or no? That's actually another thing I probably should have figured out first. But, I don't know, but, like that's what it feels like it is. It feels like they're going, like, we need to have a certain amount of time for each franchise. You know, and I don't know if that's actually the case, or if it is just a case of bad pacing. But it feels artificial. Like that Amelia scene, there was no reason for her to be there. It feels like she was tacked in because RE0 doesn't really have a massive amount of screen time this episode. Like, most of the screen time was Philo, So that's Shield Hero. You had like a little bit of RE0 with the red-haired guy. Fucking. I'm just gonna scrub through real quick. We'll just see. So Subaru's there, Aura's there, Aqua's there. Scrub. Overlord. Okay, Tanya, Megumin, Kazuma, Zerebrakov, Amelia, Beatrice and Mare, Lupus. Yeah, there's like a very big chunk of this is just Overlord characters. So like it does feel like they're just like, okay, fuck, we need to squeeze in more of like these other characters from this other thing, like to balance it out. Like that's what it feels like. I imagine if we broke it down and did the math, it would probably be different, but this is what it feels like. And I don't know if I like that all that much. But I have talked way too long. I just looked down and I just saw what it was. But yeah. Like, decent episode, not great. Could have been better, but it is lead up. So I'm gonna get, like, if I were to give a number score, that'd be like a 6 out of 10. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say. So let me know what you think of this down there in the comments. Whether you like this, dislike it, or you want to bring up something I left out, because that's entirely possible. Oh boy. Hey everybody, so yeah. As always, remember to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, share on social media, tell your friends, hit that share button down below, and if you want to support me on Patreon, which gets you some goodies and some pull in which way the channel goes. And also, oh god, my fucking like, you ever have that thing where just like your throat goes like, oh no, there's a burp coming, I'm gonna close up, I'm tensing up, and just nothing happens? Hate that. Hate when that fucking happens. Anyway, as always, I am Nozz, and I'll see you in the next video. But most importantly of all, become a trash mammal today. And we'll see you around the